Awake your spirit, chosen ones. The universe does not send wealth. First, it determines whether or not you are prepared. Consider this. 95% of lottery winners are broke within 5 years. Why? Because unexpected money does not just update your bank account. It examines your thoughts, behaviors, and connections. The fact is that being chosen for abundance is not based on luck. It's all about preparedness. But here's the kicker. Wealth never knocks nicely. It bursts in like an unexpected intruder at 2 a.m., turning your life upside down and saying, "Did you really believe you were ready for me?" You'll understand that this is about more than simply cash and zeros if you're one of the chosen ones. It is about growing into a person who can handle everything. What does more money, more problems truly mean? And if that sentence does not frighten you, congrats. You might be one of the few meant to prosper. So buckle up. Wealth isn't only arriving. It is going to make a big entry reminiscent of a Hollywood action scene. Ready or not, here it comes. Number 1. Your breakthrough may be unpleasant. Wealth does not always come on a red carpet. It is often camouflaged as chaos. The period preceding your breakthrough may feel chaotic, overpowering, or even painful. This is no coincidence. This is a test. Sudden fortune. Regardless of how much you want it, it compels you to adapt. And let's be honest, change isn't always pleasant. Consider the habits, people, and rituals in your life right now. Some of them can accompany you to the following level. Your suffering is not entirely random. Life is molding you into someone capable of dealing with the magnitude of what is ahead. Growth is rarely enjoyable in the moment, but it is always important. When money enters your life, it doesn't only highlight the positive aspects. It puts a bright spotlight on the regions you've been avoiding. If you lack discipline today, sudden fortune will reveal it. If you have toxic connections, the stakes will increase. If you are indecisive, the pressure of making hasty judgments may immobilize you. The turmoil preceding affluence is not there to punish you. It is there to prepare you. People frequently quit up during this stage because they believe the struggle implies they are failing. It does not. This is the final stretch before everything changes. But here's the deal. You cannot skip this section. If prosperity comes without preparation, it would not last. The turmoil is increasing your ability to sustain abundance rather than merely attract it. So, if your life seems to be coming apart, don't panic. It may just be falling into place. Keep going, keep growing, and believe that the suffering is not the end of your narrative. It's the start of something great. Second, when unexpected fortune enters your life, you will attract individuals you are not prepared for. It doesn't merely affect your financial situation. It changes the way people perceive you, and this is when things become difficult. Some individuals will appreciate you, even obsess over your accomplishments. Others may resent you for the same reason. The reality is, you'll start attracting folks you're not emotionally or psychologically equipped to deal with. There will be people who are genuinely excited about your progress. However, there will be opportunists. Some may use flattery to hide their motives, while others will shame you into feeling you owe them anything. It's not always simple to recognize the difference, especially as you acclimate to your new world. Furthermore, those who knew you before the money may not respond. How can you expect people who once supported you to feel frightened by your success? They could ask whether you've changed. Or worse, if you leave them behind. Relationships you believed were unbreakable may become strained, not because of what you've done, but because your success reveals their anxieties. This isn't anything anyone warns you about, but it is genuine. As you advance, you'll find that not everyone was pulling for you. And it isn't always malevolent. Sometimes it is simply fear or envy they do not know how to handle. The objective is to develop judgment. Sudden prosperity necessitates the same level of protection for your energies as it does for your money. No one deserves access to you, no matter how close they were previously. You'll need to reset your boundaries and accept that losing certain ties is necessary for obtaining something better. It's not easy, but it is vital. Wealth provides not only possibilities, but also lessons. And the first is that not every firm is excellent. Number 3. Wealth reveals your genuine thoughts about money. Wealth does not just change your circumstances. It reinforces who you are and your beliefs. If you've ever convinced yourself that money is unimportant or that wealthy people are greedy, guess what? These assumptions do not vanish when you suddenly become wealthy. Instead, they become louder and begin to influence your every move. The reality is that your attitude toward money is the foundation for how you manage it. If you privately feel guilty for having more than others, you'll find ways to give it away or undermine yourself until you're back where you started. If you believe you don't deserve it, you may hoard it, fearing it may go at any time. And if you've always believed that money is the source of all evil, you'll feel torn, as if owning wealth makes you a horrible person. These aren't simply innocent ideas. There are subconscious scripts that govern your life, and unexpected money reveals them in ways you can't ignore. Money becomes a mirror, reflecting your anxieties, insecurities, and unresolved traumas. That is why many individuals lose their fortunes as fast as they make them. It's not because they're reckless or irresponsible. It's because they weren't prepared to handle the realities that come with money. But here's some good news. Once you are aware of your beliefs, you may change them. You may change your perspective to see money as a tool, not a burden. You may learn to accept prosperity without shame and come to terms with the fact that riches does not corrupt. It teaches you that the main labor is not acquiring money, but managing your relationship with it. Because if you don't, money will not fix your issues. It will amplify them. Number 4, the first difficulty. Who do you become? Wealth affects every aspect of your life, but it has the most significant influence on your identity. Suddenly, you are no longer merely the person everyone knew. You're the one with the money. This new title carries with it expectations, assumptions, and, unavoidably, judgments. People who knew you previously may find it difficult to reconcile the person you were with and the person you are becoming. They will wonder if success has altered you. And let's be honest, it has to. When your circumstances change, you cannot continue to function at the same level. The challenge is to be loyal to yourself while adapting to this new version of you. Envy is another truth you will encounter. People will reflect their own anxieties onto your achievements. They may remark things like, "It must be nice," or insinuate that you do not deserve it. The murmurs behind your back or the apparent distancing from specific pals aren't only in your head. It's the cost of expansion. Then there's the doubt. People will wonder how you got here. They'll assume it was chance. Alternatively, argue that you lack the necessary skills to maintain it. Even family members who were formerly your strongest supporters may struggle with your new reality. Their opinion of you is based on who you used to be rather than who you are becoming. The true problem is selecting how much of the old you to keep and how much to let go. You are permitted to modify. In fact, you should. But evolution doesn't come with a manual, and it's easy to become lost in the process. This is why understanding your essential identity, beliefs, purpose, and limits is more vital than ever. Wealth will change your identity, but only you can decide how that shift will seem. Number 5. Sudden prosperity necessitates a smart halt. Sudden fortune generates a rush of adrenaline and enthusiasm. But it is in that haste that most individuals make their first and most serious blunders. The first instinct is generally to spend, celebrate, or broadcast the news to the world. However, behaving rashly can rapidly transform a blessing into a hardship. A deliberate pause can help in this situation. When life gives you a cash windfall, the best thing you can do is nothing. At least for a minute. Take a breath. Before making any decisions, take some time to reflect on your new situation. This goes beyond avoiding conspicuous purchases or early investments. It is about making room for clear thinking and careful planning. A pause helps you to examine your objectives, evaluate your alternatives, and plan for a future that not only seems wonderful now, but is also sustainable in the long run. Silence, in particular, is an effective ally. Announcing your money too soon attracts views, pressure, and maybe hidden intentions from those around you. Everyone will have an opinion on what you should do, and many will suddenly see you as a personal opportunity. Keeping silent shields you from extraneous noise and allows you to plan your approach without interruptions. During the pause, surround yourself with specialists who can help you. Financial advisors, attorneys, and mentors who grasp wealth-related duties. Inform yourself on taxes, investments, and hazards. The idea is to develop your money intelligently rather than simply keeping it. The pause is where clarity resides. It's not about depriving yourself of the thrill of your achievement, but about making sure that every decision you make fits into the broader picture. Reacting is simple. Reflecting requires discipline. Yet it is the difference between transient wealth and permanent legacy. Number 6. Wealth necessitates new abilities that you may not have currently. Wealth is more than just possessing money. It is about knowing what to do with it. Sudden affluence reveals a hard reality. Without the proper information, you may lack the necessary abilities to safeguard and nurture it. Even a fortune may vanish faster than it appeared. Managing wealth is not the same as managing a wage. Investments, taxes, and legal safeguards are all new territory, and making the incorrect decision may be expensive. Do you understand the difference between a legitimate investment offer and a scam? Can you bargain with financial advisors or attorneys to preserve your best interests? These aren't skills you learn overnight, but they're critical for navigating your new reality. Then there's the emotional aspect. Wealth draws people, some with good intentions and others wanting to take advantage. To filter through, you'll require judgment skills, advice, and relationships, the capacity to say no. It becomes equally crucial as understanding where to say yes. Let's speak about taxation. Many people who get unexpected fortune are surprised at how much of it might go owing to poor preparation. Without the knowledge to correctly manage your money, you may find yourself donating more to the government than you ever expected. This does not imply being an expert in everything quickly. It is about realizing that your existing knowledge is insufficient and committing to acquire what is required. Take classes, read books, employ reputable people, and ask questions until you realize the chosen ones aren't only the wealthy. They're the ones that step up to tackle the difficulties that come with it. Your success is determined by your willingness to learn skills that are appropriate for your current situation. Money can open doors, but only knowledge keeps them open. Number 7, your achievement will annoy someone. Success is a spotlight, and although it might highlight your accomplishments, it can also cast a shade over others' fears. Sudden prosperity might make people uncomfortable, not because of what you've done, but because of how it affects their own life. Some people will cheer you on fully, while others may struggle to interpret their feelings, and the outcomes might be unexpected, even cruel. You may notice small differences in how others regard you. Someone who formerly supported you may become distant or begin making subtle, hostile comments about your lifestyle. Others may openly criticize your decisions. They are framing their judgment as a problem. Do not forget where you come from. It must be good to have it this simple. These emotions are not about you. They're discussing the mirror. Your achievement reflects their unmet hopes or stagnating ambitions. The most difficult aspect: these reactions might come from those you least anticipate. Friends, relatives, or co-workers that you assumed would always have your back. It's tempting to internalize their hostility and wonder what you've done wrong. But here is the reality. It is not up to you to alleviate their misery. You did not take away their possibilities or make things worse. You just matured. Attempting to please everyone or minimize your accomplishment would not help. In reality, it is a disservice to oneself. You earned your glow, whether via hard effort, risk-taking, or divine timing, and you deserve to enjoy it. It's understandable that not everyone can stand by and watch someone else succeed. Allow them to process their feelings while you focus on creating the life you've worked for. The proper individuals will rejoice alongside you, while the remainder will either adjust or drift away. Your accomplishment is not intended to be diminished in order to make others comfortable. Number 8. True riches is energy, not money. True wealth is not determined by the sum in your bank account. It is found in the energy that money symbolizes. The concept of wealth revolves around leverage, the ability to use your time, abilities, and resources to your advantage. It's about having the freedom to enjoy life on your own terms without having to worry about money. If all you care about is money, you're missing out on the deeper power that comes with it. Money is a tool, not the ultimate aim. What it reveals is where the true value exists. Wealth allows you to purchase back your time. You may delegate work, invest in opportunities, and make decisions that have a greater effect while requiring less effort. But more crucially, you have the ability to live your life based on your ideals rather than survival or need. You get to create a life in which your energy is focused on things that genuinely matter, rather than simply keeping the wheels spinning. If you focus entirely on gaining money, you're likely to become locked in the loop of more, constantly striving for greater numbers, larger assets, and more goods, yet never feeling content. You will be a hamster on a wheel, pursuing an illusion of achievement that does not provide the freedom or happiness you expected. Wealth, in its most fundamental sense, is the capacity to use money as leverage to generate opportunities, influence your destiny, and make decisions from a position of power. When you move your emphasis away from the dollar sign and onto what it can accomplish for you, you discover a whole new level of freedom. That is genuine riches and energy that transcends numbers and enters the world of possibility. Number 9, your purpose will be questioned when fortune unexpectedly falls into your lap. It is not only a gift, it is a difficulty. The universe is not just sending you money, it's asking you, what will you do with it? The most hazardous thing you can do when you suddenly become wealthy is to establish your mission without first determining why you desire the income. The money might slip through your fingertips as quickly as it arrives. Wealth, particularly sudden wealth, has a way of accentuating both good and negative. If you don't have a clear sense of your goal or purpose, you'll become lost in the shuffle, distracted by the bright things that money can purchase. You'll become caught up in a loop of buying, pleasing others, and filling the hole, but you'll never truly be satisfied. What began as exhilaration suddenly faded into nothingness. People who lack purpose frequently lose themselves along the road. They pursue brief joys, make rash judgments, and overspend because they never took the time to connect with a larger vision. Without knowing why you have wealth, you cannot effectively harness it for long-term enjoyment or influence. Wealth becomes a burden rather than a blessing. On the other hand, people who approach riches with a strong sense of purpose may achieve tremendous results. Money becomes a tool, a method of bringing about significant change, investing in what is important, and creating something lasting. It is not only about acquiring for the sake of accumulating. It's about leveraging your wealth to live the life you've always desired while leaving a legacy that represents your actual ideals. So, when wealth comes your way, the real question isn't what you're going to do with all of it, but what you're going to do with the power it provides you to create your environment. Number 10, the cost of freedom may surprise you. Wealth gives independence, but it often has an emotional cost. Many people do not expect the ability to live life on your own terms, to make decisions without financial restraints. Sounds wonderful, yet it needs you to let up of far more than you would think. First, freedom tests your connections. As you advance, you will outgrow old ties that no longer reflect who you have become. Some individuals will not understand or accept the change, while others will feel intimidated or envious of your new existence. Relationships that previously seemed strong might shatter under the weight of your achievement, and negotiating this can be emotionally demanding. You may find yourself estranged from relatives and friends who remain in the world you've left behind. They may not be able to connect to your path, and it is difficult to retain closeness when your experiences are so different. Then there's the difficulty of your habits or old ways of thinking. Routines that were comfortable but unproductive must be eliminated. Freedom does more than merely allow you to make choices. It challenges you to develop new habits, manage your time differently, and become considerably more disciplined than you were previously. The behaviors that brought you here will prevent you from progressing to where you want to go next. That entails breaking free from old ideas, routines, and perhaps even a version of yourself that no longer serves you. This is the emotional cost of genuine freedom. It's more than simply financial stability or the freedom to buy everything you desire. It's about letting go of the comforts of the past and embarking on an unknown, unpredictable, and at times alienating journey. Are you prepared to let go of the familiar in order to experience a life without boundaries? The pricing is not only in dollars. It is there in everything that has previously defined you. Number 11. Your intuition will be your most significant asset. Sudden money does not just create possibilities. It also draws a slew of people, ideas, and projects, many of which are considerably more harmful than they look. It's easy to get caught up in the enthusiasm of a new business, but not every opportunity is as promising as it appears. Some may appear disguised as blessings, while others will be well-hidden traps. The most dependable tool you have for navigating this maze is neither a contract or a lawyer. It is your instincts. When riches comes in rapidly, all types of personalities emerge. Some will approach you with legitimate proposals, collaborations, or company ideas, while others will seek a share of your pie without providing anything of value in return. The capacity to listen to your inner voice, which warns you when something feels odd or too good to be true, is the key to distinguishing between genuine and exploitative situations. While a lawyer can shield you from legal issues, your instincts will guide you through emotional, financial, and psychological dangers, long before they become problems. When someone's motives aren't in your best interests or a bargain is founded on insecure footing, intuition will warn you. That gut sensation you get when something doesn't seem right. Trust it. It is not just your imagination. It's your internal radar, fine-tuned to identify hidden threats. Sudden money brings everything into sharp focus. Decisions, opportunities, and relationships that were easy before suddenly have considerable weight. In this high-stakes setting, intuition is more important than any piece of paper or legal verbiage. Honing it will enable you to make smarter decisions, avoid hidden hazards, and ultimately preserve your money and well-being. Your gut knows more than you realize. Learn to listen to it, and it will steer you securely through the turmoil of sudden prosperity. Number 12. Sudden fortune is a spiritual mission. Sudden fortune is not a result of pure luck. It is a spiritual assignment. When you are chosen for riches, it means you are being trusted with more than simply financial money. It provides a chance to influence and uplift others around you. This is where the genuine power of riches resides. It is not in the wealth or prestige it confers, but in the obligation to make a difference in ways that you alone can. Being gifted with unexpected money is a call to action, not an excuse for self-indulgence. The universe does not provide resources just for your own gain. It offers them to you with the idea that you'll utilize them to change the world. Whether you're supporting organizations you believe in, mentoring people in need, or generating opportunities for others, the wealth you get is a tool for transformation. The risk arises when money is viewed just as a personal gain, without regard for the consequences. It's easy to get caught up in the gleam of new belongings and the excitement of financial independence. But that's only a small part of the picture. True wealth is about making a difference in people's lives, challenging systems, and raising the collective vibration. The spiritual assignment of money requires you to behave with honesty, generosity, and vision. It is important to recognize that your wealth is not just for you, but also for those who will benefit from your achievement. The decisions you make, the businesses you start, and the connections you develop may either maintain the status quo or significantly alter the landscape. When you recognize wealth as a tool for advancement, you enter into your actual purpose. You are designed to be a force for good. Sudden riches is more than simply what it can purchase. It is about what it can provide for others and how it can shape a better future. When you witness this, you'll realize that your money is more than simply a blessing. It's a call. Sudden fortune is more than just an infusion of funds. It's a transforming force that challenges you to grow as a person and as a steward of what you've been given. The path from unexpected wealth to long-term prosperity is not simple, and it requires considerably more than simply financial acumen. It challenges your identity, tests your purpose, and needs you to hone your inner knowledge and emotional resilience as you negotiate the world of money. You will be confronted with difficult facts. Relationships will alter. Habits will have to alter. And the freedom you obtain will need the abandonment of previous versions of yourself. However, every problem provides a chance to create, uplift, and influence. Wealth is more than just luxury. It is about accepting the responsibility to utilize it for something higher than yourself in order to have a positive influence on the world around you. Your instincts, purpose, and ideals will be your strongest partners on this trip. They will help you navigate the noise and distractions that money inevitably brings, allowing you to make decisions that honor not just your well-being, but also the legacy you want to leave as you embark on this new life. Remember that genuine riches is measured not by the zeros in your bank account, but by the energetic effect and freedom you create in the world. Finally, being chosen for riches is a unique chance that, when taken with mindfulness and intention, may benefit both you and others around you. If you approach your duty with purpose, clarity, and a sense of service, you will not only secure your riches, but also create a life that is both prosperous and deeply fulfilling. The power of riches is yours, but only if you utilize it to create a future that represents your best self. If you found this video interesting and motivating, then subscribe to receive more amazing information like this. Share this video with your family, friends, or anybody else who might need some inspiration to find their own road to prosperity and success. We would love to hear your opinions. Remember to leave a remark in the space below. What resonated with you the most? And what problems are you having on your journey? Let us continue the discourse and encourage each other on this exciting road to long-term success. Thank you for viewing, and I will see you in the next one.